Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to say that Dead by Daylight behavior, they are finally fixing their game after 8 long years. This is an amazing update that they are pushing out, and they have a roadmap as well for us to look at. It comes in 2 phases. We have phase 1, which is going to be, I guess, the first step really. And it's introducing all kinds of long-standing requests. They are focusing very much so on quality of life and cleaning up the unpleasant sides of Dead by Daylight, the things that make the game really not that great to play for multiple hours on end. And they're speeding up the gameplay in more than one way, notably also changing blood point spending, which is huge. Let's go over the article. I've already read this, so forgive me if I skip over a thing or two. They're adding a surrender option into Dead by Daylight. So if all remaining survivors have been slugged or all remaining survivors are bots, there is the option to surrender, which will immediately end the match and give you all your blood points that you've earned and avoids the disconnect penalty. This is actually really huge, and it plays a huge role into all kinds of other things that they're doing, notably the go next prevention, which I will get to very soon. They have a gamma adjustments. After 8 years, behavior is finally adding the ability to change your in-game brightness. You no longer have to use NVIDIA filters. If you're on console, you no longer have to change the brightness on your TV. It's just going to be built right into the game. I don't know why it took them so long to do this, but they're finally doing it. So for people like me who use filters and only use it to have a brighter game, this is going to be huge. I'll literally be getting free FPS because I will no longer have to run NVIDIA filters, which takes like 10 or 20% of my performance. So this is awesome. I love this. Go next prevention. It's not the most amazing solution that I've read, but it seems to be doing a little bit of something. So to disincentivize and properly penalize this behavior, we'll be implementing measures that will help us identify when a player is attempting to go next, so suiciding on hook, etc. Once identified, they'll receive a DC penalty point and lose an entire grade. So you're going to be losing in-game progress and you're going to get a disconnect penalty, which is huge. This is huge. And they'll keep a close eye on the system to make sure that it keeps working properly. But they're pretty confident that this will help alleviate the issue. Interesting that they haven't done anything to like outright prevent you from going next, but I'll take it, man. Anything that helps alleviate it, because why are you playing a multiplayer game if you're going to immediately quit? That makes no sense. Just don't queue up. They're also addressing extreme hiding and body blocking. This is stuff that you don't see very often, but they're still addressing it nonetheless. They're making it so that AFK crows are getting a complete rework, so they can now more accurately identify when a player is deliberately avoiding engagement with their gameplay objective. Once a player receives crows, their aura is revealed to the killer. I don't necessarily know if it's going to be the aura, but it probably will just be like an aura that can't be like hidden from like stuff. And we'll be incorporating a feature that allows players to lose collision after receiving a third AFK crow, which should prevent instances of body blocking. The number of times I've actually seen this is pretty rare, but it's happened to me before where I've just been trapped in a corner as a survivor by another survivor. I have 3 AFK crows and I'm just there the whole game. So now if I'm trapped in a corner, I can actually get out of said corner after I get some AFK crows, which is very nice. Map offerings are getting a slight rework. They're going to be now secret offerings, so you don't know when someone brings them, and they're only going to be a 20% chance increase instead of a guarantee increase, and they do not stack. So if you have a 4-man Swift that brings, you know, Bad on Preschool, it's still just 20%. It does not stack up to 80%. So that is a very nice change. Spawn rules are being changed as well. So as we know, when survivors are split up, it means that the game goes faster because they can more efficiently repair generators, etc. So now survivors basically all spawn together within 12 meters of each other and on the same floor if applicable. So they're not going to be like 2 people here and then the other 2 survivors are just across the map. They're all going to be in the general area. So that's going to be very nice. They've also improved AFK bot detection. So this is, I thought at first this was talking about like literal like the AIs in the game, but no, this is talking about the people who basically load up DBD with like a macro script to go AFK and just like as a trapper just have it so that it just automatically clicks their mouse so that they swing every few seconds, so that they can D-rank or whatever else. Basically people who are not playing the game but can still play the game and get eerie shards and blood points, etc. It's not really a prevalent thing in North America. It tends to be more in the Asian regions from what I've learned. So that's why I don't really see this, but they are trying to fix this nonetheless. They, like I mentioned earlier, bulk blood point spending. So I mentioned how you can basically just spend a whole bunch of blood points at once. This is the bulk blood point spending. So you could theoretically, I assume, just dump all your blood points at once into a character instead of having to individually level each blood web. I'm speculating. I don't know for sure if that's what they're doing, but it seems like that will be the result of this change, which is very nice. They have a quest system, which is a rework to the archive challenges and daily rituals. Very nice. It's apparently going to reduce the grind, make it easier to earn rewards, and increase the overall level of fun, whatever that really means. There's some perk loadouts and a preview system. So they did some A and B testing. I wasn't a part of this, but a lot of other people were, where they would basically be able to see their own perk loadouts and stuff in the lobby without having to open up their loadout screen. They're just making that base kit for everyone now. And this is just part one. All of this is just part one. They have a roadmap here, as you can see, part two. Let me open this up, and here's their actual roadmap. So we have the phase one, which is everything I just went over, and this is phase two, where they're going to address anti-slugging with some continued improvements. We don't know what that is. Anti-tunneling, anti-camping, an MMR update, which I'm very interested to see what they do. A map and key item balancing. Very happy about that, because I've said for the last 2 years now that map and keys are like absolutely horrendous and need a rework. So hopefully they do something interesting there. And there's going to be some quality of life improvements. We have keyboard and mouse support on consoles. That is huge. Console players have been asking for that forever. That is a huge addition. Custom game improvements are coming as well. Accessibility improvements, whatever that could be. Possibly more colorblind options, and maybe even impaired hearing options. Prestige rewards. So if you're P100, you'll probably get something now. And reduced login steps. I'm not entirely sure what that means. This is huge. This is a massive deal. And I am very thankful that BHVR is finally going to address the actual game itself and not pump in new content. They actually put out a video. I've watched the video, and in the video they say they're going to be delaying content. So apparently there was supposed to be a PTB tomorrow. They said the delay starts with the PTB. So I don't know if that means the PTB that's supposed to come out tomorrow is getting pushed back a week or two, or if the PTB will come out but the actual chapter will be much delayed. We'll see how things go, but they basically say like expect delays and content to not roll out as quickly while they ensure that patches are as bug free as they can possibly be, and while they ensure that the quality is maintained rather than quantity of things in patches. So that is a huge deal. But anyway, guys, that is the video. It's very quick here, just going over all the changes that are coming to Dead by Daylight this year in 2025. It looks like it's going to be a big year, and I'm very excited to see where this goes.